Yo, we're back in After Effects, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create this smooth slide transition right here. It looks super clean and it is pretty easy to do, so let me show you how to do this. So in After Effects I have these two clips on my timeline stacked up in each other, like top of each other. If I show you, like if I hide the first one, this is my second footage and this is my first footage right here. So make sure your footage is where you wanna add the transition on is like stacked up on each other, something like this. This is my footage 1 and this is my footage 2 to be clear. Now selecting my footage 2, which is on the top, I'll hit P on my keyboard to bring up the position. Now selecting the footage 2, which is on the top, I'll hit P on my keyboard to bring up the position, and you can also turn on the path visibility right here. Then you can just slide the position to the right side until it like goes out of your what you can say, your main project panel, but it like aligns up perfectly with the is, or something like this. You can see this is aligning perfectly, I guess. Yeah, so we basically have our first footage right here and our second footage right beside that, perfectly aligned. Now after you do this, we're gonna be using a null to create that like transition. Before we go more further into the video, I just want to let you guys about my favorite preset pack which I use on every single video of mine, which is Essential FX. If you don't already know, I'm a music video editor and I've been editing from a while now, so I decided to put all of my sauce into this one pack. So this pack comes with 40 plus effects in there, and I can guarantee all of those 40 presets are like actually goated. This pack is filled with sauce like wiggles, distort, chromas, anything that you want, it is in there. And I use this pack every single day to edit my client's music video, which makes my editing process really fast so I can make more money. So if you are interested, I'll link it in the description. So to make a null layer, all you gotta do is right click on your like blank space, go with new, and where it says null object, just create a null object right here. And now select both of your footage 1 and footage 2, and selecting this parent and link, just link it to the null 2. Then now if I bring up the position on null 2 and if I like play around with that, you can see it controls both of our layer. So that's perfect right there. Now as you might already guessed, we're gonna hit the stopwatch in position now. Put it somewhere in the beginning, so somewhere around here. Go to somewhere around the end and just slide it to the next one. So just slide it to the next footage until it like aligns perfectly as well, so something like this. Now you can see we have this like goofy PowerPoint slide transition right here, but to fix it, all you can do is ease those keyframes by selecting them and just hit F9 in your keyboard. Go over to your graph again, go over to the speed graph, and now just make a graph like this in here so it looks real smooth. Now of course turn on your motion blur, so we have some beautiful motion blur going on right there. Now you can see we have the transition, but in this transition we have couple of flaws. So as it goes through, you can see this like a black edge right here that's created by those motion blur. All you can do is go to its scale and hit the stopwatch in the scale as well. Scale it up at the first frame a little bit, so around like 106. Go over to the second frame and just scale it in as well, so around like 117 or so, and play with the position to like center it off, of course, so something like there. Now you can select both of these keyframe, F9 them again, go into graph and make a same graph selecting both of those values together, so something like this. And after the scale keyframe as well, it looks pretty smooth, but if you take a look closely, we still have like those black bars in the edges. So to fix that, just like slide your first footage in a little bit on each other, if that makes sense. And you can keyframe this as well, so at the first, so it doesn't like be visible that much. So go over here and just like put it around like here. Maybe you can also scale it in a little bit at the first, so it's not that visible at the start, so something like there. Yeah, now I think that looks pretty clean, but to make it more smoother, all you can do is add a new adjustment layer right here and add an effect called warp. Go over to the warp style and just set it to fisheye and just lower down the value so it goes into like -100 in the bend and right where it peaks, so around like here. I'm gonna hit the keyframe on the bend, go over to the first frame, lower it down to 0, go over to the last frame, lower it down to 0. Then after that you can ease those as well. Go into graph, just make a simple graph like this. Now if we play through, that looks super smooth again. But lastly, to top it all off, you can add like optic compensation and reverse the lens distort and hit the stopwatch at the first frame. Go with 2 peaks and just bring up the optic compensation as well. So when it goes into the second clip, it looks like actually real smooth. If you want this look, you can turn it on, but if you don't want this, just like leave it as it is. But if you don't want this, you can just like turn up the optic compensation anytime. But I think our subject is not like centered up, so let's just like play with the position a little bit. And I guess now right there, that looks super smooth. So yeah, I guess with that, we are done with this effect. So our final effect looks something like this. So if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. You can follow me on Instagram, do all that good stuff, but I'ma see you on the next one. Peace.